Both my parents were professors, and I grew up in an environment which was very full of curiosity and books and lots of exposure to people who came around during weekends and just sitting around listening to them. Their quest for knowledge made this the only obvious choice. Just the fact that I'm here, my office is in the lab, and I have students all around me, and they can pop in anytime. There's this whiteboard which we can, hash out ideas. That's what gets me up in the morning. I started my quest, which I'm still working on, in the 80s when a lot of discussions were happening about climate change. I mean, this is before climate change was actually a buzzword and was known in the wider community. And I knew the way things were going, it was going to have a problem. And there was already this. My father was an organic chemist, and there was already this whole feeling that we were blowing a hole in the ozone with chlorofluorocarbons. That's also a decade or two before the whole world woke up to it. And so I was attracted to catalysis, and I was attracted to being early to mitigate these issues. So therefore I decided to do electrochemistry, which is direct charge transfer. Don't need to burn stuff to produce energy or store energy. Well, look at this one. This is a model of a heat engine. The maximum efficiency you can get out of this when it's cruising or when it's running, at a constant velocity, is about 10 to 15%. And a fuel cell, which is direct electrochemical conversion of fuel to energy or electricity, would start at 60%, depending on the temperature. Very clearly, we need it. I mean, this is our quintessential challenge. I mean, all the others, wars and terrorism and financial breakdown, pales into insignificance when you consider climate change. What it's going to do with rising of the sea levels. All the coastal cities are one of the richest cities, and they're going to be devastated in the next 100 years. You can already see that they had to move Jakarta to a new place because it's sinking. Half of Florida is sinking, actually. Nobody talks about it, but more and more hurricanes will come and it'll become unsustainable. The groundwater in Florida is already getting salty. All of those things are going to become more and more ubiquitous. We have storms now which pour rain, a whole year worth of rain in a day. I mean, those things are very clear to all of us that we have to do something about it. And in that, we have to stop burning stuff to produce energy. Curiosity. I mean, that's the most important thing, is to nurture your curiosity. I grew up at a time when Soviet Union and the United States were in a space race. Of course, I was born in India. I couldn't participate at that time. Of course, now it's different. And that raised my curiosity about science, about just, the quest for survival in space, sending organisms out, all those experiments. And it's incredible. Curiosity. Curiosity is the lifeblood of our human existence. The students, because they come in with a very focused outlook. This is not a party school. This is a school where serious students come in with a very serious motive of making it in their whatever careers they choose. And our co-op program, and with it, of course, our graduate programs has benefited a lot. Our proximity to the industry and being able to work with them freely is a huge plus for undergraduate students who come here seeking an education and exposure to the real world. We will continue what we are doing, but we are always branching out in new territories. There is a new proposal which I wrote, which I can't talk about, for the first time in 25 years. But very exciting. Then, of course, we are in the quest for making hydrogen very cheap. And that's the ultimate transportation fuel of the future. There are lots of questions about batteries still, and safety and all of those. And we are working on a type of electrolyte called solid-state electrolytes, which will mitigate the issues about batteries catching fire and safety. Yes, of course. We have been, very upfront with the IP, filing our IP regularly, and we have a number of patents and a lot of interest from industry to commercialize it. So yes, absolutely.